Hello and welcome back to Telecomando RC. So let's just say you have a Traxxas slash, doesn't matter if it's a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, or you have a Stampede, a Bandit, or a Rustler. You've decided that your springs are worn out or they're not adequate, and you want to go ahead and replace the springs. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to remove the springs. Now this one, well, the whole shock assembly. So you're going to have the absorber and the spring completely removed, just like this one. So all you need to do is just remove the top screw and the bottom screw. Now in the front, the order is not going to matter. You can remove the top one first, you can remove the bottom first. In the rear, remove the top first, then the bottom. And when installing the rears, you install the bottom first, then the top. So you're going to do it in reverse order. Once you have this, just remove the shock and spring. Now this one here, I don't have any preloads on here. So preloads on these you get these little plastic clips that just clip in here and they push the spring down. Those are your preloads. If you have any preloads, just take them out. Sometimes you can just pry them out with your thumbs like this, or they have a little tab in the back. Just grab a piece of pliers, some pliers, pull those out. Once there's no preload, see, you can go ahead and just pull on it with the cap, just like this. So it's like this. So the bottom cap, just grab it and pull. And then once you pull, hold the spring, take the cap out. So I'm going to do it again without the spring. So imagine it's here, right? And all you are doing is you're holding, so you're holding this end, the rod end, and you're just pulling on this. And then with your other finger, right, you're now pulling the cap away while holding the spring, and then you're just sliding this out through that little channel. Right? That's all you're doing. So this is a spring. Now watch, this is pretty cool. I'm going to drop it here on my magnet. Listen to this. Okay, that wasn't so cool. There we go. Only took me about 20 billion tries. Perfect. Alright, enough of that. So now you grab your new spring. Now make sure this seat doesn't fall out. And also notice the orientation, right? The lip goes on top. Now you're just going to slide your new spring in here and you're going to compress it with your fingers. Grab the cap, place it, and that is all. Now you will need some preloads here, as you can see. But other than that, you can put the preloads in afterwards. It's ready to mount. So again, I'm going to do it to the other one. Pull on the cap, hold the spring, release, remove this, do that. Keep this seat, grab the spring, install the new spring, install the cap, or just the bottom cap, and that's it. So it's ready to install. You can add the preloads later. In order to install it, just do the exact same thing you did, but in reverse order, meaning instead of removing the screws, you will be installing the screws. So I like putting the bottom one in first. And then I'll do the top one last. And again, just make sure it's tight. Just as soon as it's snug, you're good to go. Do not strip the plastic. If you strip those arms, you're gonna have to just dab a little bit of sides to try to add material. But to be honest, it's not gonna hold as well, so you're probably gonna end up either drilling a longer hole and using a longer screw, or just replacing the arm. So again, do not over tighten. As soon as it's snug, that's all you need. And that's one of them. So now we just go through and do the other one, and we will be ready to go. Oops. That oops was just because the bottom moved, so I actually missed. And that is it. Alright, there we go. Snug, perfect. And I'm using these fingers to hold the screw and the tip here. It's just easier to line them up this way. Then once I get close, I release. That way I don't pinch the skin off my fingers. But anyway, other than that, the springs are installed. Now I just have to go through and select the amount of preload that I want. If you leave the springs this loose, these caps, if you hit something hard, or if you're bashing with your Stampede or slash, whatever it is, Rustler or Bandit, sometimes these will actually pop off and will try to come off, and then you will notice that your car will start to sag either to the left or the right, depending on which one popped out. So make sure you have just some preloads to hold the spring in compression. Other than that, that's all you need in order to replace springs off the shocks of your slash, Rustler, Bandit, or Stampede. Thank you very much for watching Telecomando RC. I'll catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe, share. Be good.